Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just gonna be saying like what's next for Atlanta Hawks, because we got a lot going on right now.
Sports Talk with Avon. Shout out to Sports Talk with Avon. Hey, Sports Talk with Avon.
Few moments later.
First, Trae Young gets hurt in his left hand. Now I gotta undergo surgery. He's out for 4 weeks. This is gonna show like if we really need Trae, like, or should we move him in offseason. This gonna show is it Trae or DeJounte. Like what this right here on the side, like who we gonna keep in offseason, because they're already saying I heard a rumor like the other day talking about them trying to move Trae Young now. At first it was DeJounte Murray. They don't know what they want to do. In our first game without Trae Young, we win by 17 plus points against the Orlando Magic. DeJounte had 25 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. Played that point guard role really good without Trae. Almost a triple-double. Jalen Johnson having a double-double with 21 points and 10 rebounds. DeAndre Hunter had 18 points, shooting 5-8 from the field. You can see a lot of these people are like scoring a lot more. Like DeAndre, he doesn't average 18 points. He also stays hurt. But you can see when he gets the shots, he can get his points because he's a good mid-range shooter. But he made 2 threes that game. Got some free throws as well. But he normally doesn't get 8 shots. Like 8 shots is not what he gets. That's just not what he normally gets. And for Trae to get 18 points, he needs to shoot 5 of 13. Because that's what Trae shoots to get 18 points. But the other people take way more or less shots to get 18 points. Bogey had 20. Bogey had 17 actually. Shot really good from 3. Saddiq Bey shot well from 3. And even though we only won by 17 points, we still played really well. Like, we held the team to under 100 points. Like, the Hawks never do that. Like, I think we scored the most points in the league, and we give up the second most points in the league. But somehow, we're under 500 and the 10th seed in the East. So, like, make it make sense. But we played really well as a team. Saddiq Bey had 17. Bogey 17. We played good as a team versus the Magic, but they also were without Paolo, so that probably would have made a difference. And this really irritates me. Last season, AJ Griffin, he's my guy now. You know, I mess with him. He gave me his arm sleeves most of the time. Took a picture with him. Met his dad once. But here's the thing. He played a real well season last year. He played a really good season last year. He was averaging 12 points and averaging 22 minutes before Quinn Snyder got there in February. This was averaging 12 points, 22 minutes, shooting like 58% from the field. To finish the year off last season, AJ Griffin only averaged 3.8 points per game and only played 7 minutes. I don't understand why Quinn Snyder just doesn't like to play AJ Griffin, or maybe he just doesn't like him. Maybe AJ's getting cooked in practice, but you don't go from playing 22 minutes, having buzzer beaters, starting 12 to 20 games for us last year before February, averaging 12 points, to only averaging 3 points and only playing 7 minutes. It just don't work like that. They better start playing. Now we just sent them down to the G League. Like, I don't know what's good with Quinn Snyder. And the nights he even played, he would go in and scrub minutes with 2 minutes left. And it's either we're getting blown out or we're blowing another team out. That's like the only time AJ got in. Like, and this year, out of our 57 games, AJ Griffin has only played in 18 of them and averaging 2 points. Make it make sense. Like, I don't understand what it is. You don't go from hitting buzzer beaters with us last year to all over SportsCenter top 10 to just not playing no more. It just don't work like that. I think Quinn got something against him. I don't know what it is. We're the 10th seed in the East. And if you want me to hear this, you know, they call the Hawks the middest team in the NBA. Proven fact right here. In our last 10 games, we are 5-5. Our last 20 games, we are 10-10. We're literally the middest team in the NBA. Like, we lose and then we'll win. But I think we're 25-37 now. So Well, we're not 25 and 37, but like we're still bad. Like we're 25 and 32, but man, we gotta get it together. In the off season, in my opinion, Trae Young has to go. Trae is the problem. Don't get me wrong, Trae Young is a great NBA player. He made it here for a reason. This year he's averaging 26 and 10. Like, he's a great player, don't get me wrong. I just don't think he's the right fit for the Atlanta Hawks. I just don't think he is. You know, there's a pattern with Trae Young, in case you don't know. Had Lloyd Pierce. We fired Lloyd Pierce 2 years after. Don't get me wrong, Lloyd Pierce was a bad coach. But they fired him because he had locker room issues with Trae Young. Let's move on to the next coach. Then we end up hiring Nate McMillan mid-season to become our intermediate head coach in the middle of the season. Meanwhile, in the middle of the season, we didn't have a good record. We were like a 9th seed in the East. We went on a crazy winning streak and went up the whole way to the 5th seed in the East. With Nate McMillan as our head coach, not Lloyd Pierce, Nate McMillan. We ended up going to Eastern Conference Finals. Kevin Huerter, Game 7 from down 20, brought us back in Game 7. Versus the Bucks, Trae Young got hurt, Giannis got hurt. We was gonna see who else can step up. We could have won that series, we lost in 6. Chris Middleton gave us 40. There's no explanation for that. We lost to the champs. It is what it is. We ended up firing Nate McMillan later on in the next season after we traded Kevin Huerter to the Kings for a bag of chips, an open bag of chips in a trash bag. We traded Kevin Huerter for some bums. We traded Cam Reddish for Kevin Knox. He trash! Meanwhile, Cam Reddish was the 10th overall pick in the draft that year. Well, not that year, but the year with Zion and RJ Barrett and all them. He was the 10th overall pick. We traded a first rounder for Kevin Knox and a 2nd round pick. I don't know what would be wrong with the Hawks sometimes. I don't know. And then we ended up firing Nate McMillan too. And then it all went down from there. So as you all can see, and we traded Kevin Huerter because apparently Kevin Huerter, the news came out, Kevin Huerter ended up having locker room issues with Trae Young. We fired Nate McMillan because Trae was coming off a sprained ankle. And he told Nate he wanted to start. And Nate said, you're either coming off the bench or don't play. Trae didn't show up to the arena. He didn't even show up to the arena. So you telling me as a star player, you can't even show up to the arena? To the arena though? Come on, Trae. You can't even show up to the arena, man. He told you can come off the bench. Now with your ego, your ego doesn't allow you to come off the bench. That's what it is with you. You don't want to come off the bench. You feel like I'm not a bench player. I'm a starter. You can come off the bench. Then they fired Nate McMillan. For the Hawks, DM now is basically like it's either Nate or Trae. It's basically what they did. So they ended up firing Nate. Then we ended up hiring Quinn Snyder in the offseason. Just look at us. We're a horrible team right now. Like, Quinn Snyder can't get it done. Like, this is just horrible. We done went through we're on our 3rd head coach in 5 years with Trae Young. We done been through 3 head coaches in 5 years. Like, Trae, it's all aligning. We done fired head coaches for you. We done traded players for you. And what have you done for us? Have we had one finals appearance? At all? One. We had one finals appearance. You're not even in the MVP talk. We traded you for Luka. You see where Luka's at? In the MVP conversation. Just had 41, 12, and 8. Trae, you're not working with us. We did all this for you to help you be successful. And what have you done? Absolutely nothing for us. We're done with you, bro. Get him out of here in the offseason. Trae's not a bad player at all. Don't get me wrong, but like, he's not fitting with the Hawks. And I think in the offseason, instead of us trading DeJounte Murray or shipping DeJounte Murray off and getting pieces back, I think it's time to move on from Trey. We got 3 years left on his contract. Okay, he's most likely going to leave after those 3 years. We're paying him $215 million for 5 years. We're paying him all this money. What's he done? Absolutely nothing. I think come off season we should ship Trae Young off for some assets. Run DeJounte Murray at the 1. Let's go find us like another 2 guard or a 3 that can play the 2. One of them type of stretch small forwards or stretch shooting guards that can play the 2 and the 3. Somebody like that would be great. Like a Mikal Bridges or one of them. That would be great for our team because they play defense. And every time we go up against a team that has 2 good guards, Trey got to guard one of them, and DeJounte's our best guard defender, so we put him on one of them. Trae Young's a defensive liability. Like, we played the Rockets the other night and the Raptors. Oh, my God. We played the Rockets. Amen Thompson and Draymond Green was eating Trey alive. Like, it was bad. He can't stop nobody. Defensive liability. They got him listed at 6'1". He's really 5'11". But Trey's not it for Atlanta. I think we should ship him in the offseason. Thank you all for tuning into my video today. What's up next with the Hawks? And it's your boy Sports Talk with Avon. And I'm out. Peace.